what's up? What it do? Welcome to K&M Witchery, or Readings by K&M. That's me. Happy to have you here. This is going to be your spiritual check-in, if this deck will even allow me to break it. And we're going to be diving into everything it is that you need to hear at this time. So without further ado, let's simply dive on in. Okay, the Devil pops out. All right, you may have some temptation on the mind. Could perhaps be a Capricorn too that just came in. Don't get stuck on such things though. You could also be feeling very stuck to something. Let's learn a little bit more about what that's about. My readings, by the way, are always intended for your highest good, towards your ultimate personal healing, offering some clarity towards your evolution. So if that resonates with y'all, join the tribe. Horses. Something about horses here. Interesting. I'm going to pull 3 more cards and then we're going to dive straight on in, okay? I heard middle. Oh, interesting. Placement card. That was nothing. Page of Wands. Oh, that came out in reverse, so I'll honor it as such. I just heard surety as that came out. One more. All right. We have the 8 of Wands. All right, so, oh, these are going to be slippery little cards, aren't they? What beautiful cards nonetheless, though. No? Isn't this deck just absolutely stunning, so fam? I think so. It is the Heartscape Tarot, so I highly recommend it. Let's dive right on in. Okay. The Devil with the Hermit and the Fool. It's like you're stuck in a crossroads, believing as though perhaps maybe something cannot change or won't be worth the effort to change. And you could be thinking about it a lot. There seems to be a lot of internal contemplation, a lot of rumination perhaps, okay? And thus a lot of confusion, yet there seems to be a daydream. So this can be a very addictive state right now when you're constantly thinking and thinking and thinking, not really too much doing as of right now. We'll see what's going to be coming up for you in the later reading. And this could be past, present, or future for yourself, okay? Remember, this is a YouTube reading after all, so it's not going to resonate with absolutely everyone, but wherever it is that your mind is taking you, you seem to be stuck there, okay? You're addicted to this, I want to call it an illusion, even though it can be a memory for a lot of y'all. Our mind tends to change memories a little bit more as we go along, as we grow, as we nurture ourselves and gain more wisdom along the way. You know, you start seeing things from a little bit of a different perspective. And that being said, it can break an illusion. It can create a type of illusion. Suppose what's important right now with the Fool card here is for you to simply decide. Choose any sort of path for yourself and own it. The Fool doesn't know. The Fool is neither the beginning nor the end, it just is. It's the grand initiation of many life lessons. And regardless of which path you would take, so fam, you will uncover some hardships and you will absolutely experience joy. But being stuck in limiting beliefs, in abusive patterns, okay, you could be self-sabotaging a lot here. There seems to be a lot about limiting beliefs, temptations, thinking that well, life has always been a particular way for you, so of course it's going to continue on that route. Now that's a choice. But something's keeping you stuck. And so you discovered a lot. In this jungle of your unconscious mind, you found information and wisdom. So what about it? Hierophant comes on in right now to perhaps allow you to embrace more of your intuition as a form of leadership. I'm saying this because the Six of Wands alongside the Knight of Wands comes on in, and it's very one-directional. It's also a horse, so it's very quick movement. It's very calculated movement. It's sure. And it's full of passion and spirit. And you will find success in it too. So this doesn't mean that you are to all of a sudden become like a spiritual or religious leader or nothing, right? But for you to start really truly leading with your intuition and allowing your actions to be the things that offer you success and freedom and respect in your community too, you know, because being a leader doesn't necessarily mean that you are to even have a bunch of followers. It's you having the courage to stand on your own and do the damn thing, whatever the thing is for you personally. That, of course, will range for absolutely everyone tuning in. And yet, nonetheless, in the center of your reading is that Six of Wands. A success is going to be made here. Perhaps you've tried this out multiple times before, but it didn't feel right. You had to still uncover more. And you're also now being, quote unquote, challenged with facing some, well, behaviors that simply no longer align. So what are you doing about that? Are you deciding to make different choices that actually lead more from the higher self as opposed to your lower state of feeling like you need something or someone? And so fam, also when you're in the midst of rumination, okay, there's something in there that you really require to feel. Because when you ruminate and ruminate and ruminate, that only exercises your mental body, so much so that you become entrapped. Hence why I mentioned before, it almost like becomes an illusion, okay? And to snap out of that is actually allowing yourself to bring that into the physical state. It's okay to acknowledge that you're mourning an aspect of yourself that, although it may be quote unquote bad for you, however it is that you've deemed that here with the devil, right? It was still an intricate part of yourself that kept you safe for a really long time. And they served their purpose for you. And so it's a really good thing that now you can integrate that as a part of you and take that aspect of yourself with you without choosing to fragment yourself, meaning completely separate yourself into two different parts like Jekyll and Hyde, okay? Just incorporate that into yourself whilst also choosing healthier types of behaviors and patterns and actions. You lead with this wisdom, you lead with the integrity, with all of the things that you have uncovered, because it's now, I've been saying this for multiple readings in a row, okay? The spiritual check-ins are becoming a little bit redundant. I may take a break from them for a hot second and then like maybe do a bunch of pick of cards. But nevertheless, it's like there's this need and desire to start something new. And as of recording this, it's the very early days of February in 2024. So we have the rest of the year for optimal opportunity, and yet this budding of sorts is beginning. It's like we're feeling our own inner spring, if you will. And the Page of Wands wants you to be curious, wants you to just try things out. to see things differently, and yet as they are. The Seven of Cups in reverse is telling me that soon, with action, okay, because the middle 3 cards here is what is recommended for you to physically do with this human experience right now, okay? You will find clarity in the sense that the illusions, the fears, the fragile states, okay, I'm saying this because these are bubbles, are going to dissipate. You're going to have ultimate clarity for yourself. It's the aspect here with the Page of Wands, it's looking outside the box, you know? And thus, you're going to have a much quicker return on investment. The Eight of Wands is very wonderful, quick manifestations, things really coming your way. This could also mean travel for anyone who this may resonate with, but I think that this is ultimately you kind of like changing up timelines for yourself, if you will, you know, really embracing this immersion of past and future selves into one with absolute confidence and acceptance in self, and thus are choosing to act as if, because it's who you now are. Oof. Only a select few of y'all are gonna really relate to this reading, but if you're still here, please give this a like, a follow if you haven't already, and comment down below, because y'all are on the brink of some fucking greatness, and I would love to be a part of your growth, to be honest. Like, witnessing that is fucking fantastic. It's a happy part of what it is that I do in general as an intuitive coach. So if you want perhaps maybe some guidance, some clarity, some coaching, knmwitchery.com. That's how it is that you can connect with me, or just simply, again, subscribe, comment, say what's up, you know? That's all free, by the way. So let's pull some more about this Devil card here. Okay, this one wants to talk. We have the Three of Pentacles, and it did come out in reverse. We saw that, right? So Three of Pentacles in reverse, you're noticing something is, again, just not working out. I think this could perhaps be, for some of y'all, of course, take only as it resonates, and we're gonna go through a couple options here. This could be a friend group. You're really recognizing that perhaps maybe what once had really made you really happy, and perhaps maybe the activities you're doing, the conversations you're having, the direction of life is somehow dwindling. It's changing for you. You're not fully satisfied, again, because I'm reading this as it is in reverse, okay? This is also like the first time I'm using this deck, so I'm allowing myself to observe as well. Okay, option 2, more or less, is that generalized state of being where you're recognizing some part of yourself no longer aligns, whether this be a behavior, an addiction, perhaps. Honestly, it could be as simple as you recognizing social media is becoming more like toxic for you for right now, and you just need to take a break, you know? But yet you keep finding yourself picking up that damn phone. You know, and it's like you're catching yourself in that kind of state where you're like, whoa, like this isn't really great right now, you know, but that's just the way that life is, so I can't stop. Okay, this is a really minor example, but it's a big one nonetheless, right? Social media addiction is real, and nobody can tell me otherwise. It could be like something like smoking. It could be eating. It could be perhaps maybe you recognizing that your lifestyle in general requires more movement, right? And yet you're stuck on the couch eating those chips and watching Netflix. However it is, you know, again, we can go a gazillion different types of ways. This could be you recognizing that a job no longer works, you know, you're noticing it within your relationships, your colleagues, right? Like, we can get as intricate and or as general as we wish, and yet something no longer aligns and we're getting pushed down a different direction for ourselves. One that speeds things up to our own liking, where we can feel like we belong, where we can feel like we're thriving, and there's no doubts of what no longer exists. And because that's also brought up to your conscious state, so fam, it means that you're ready to now embark on whatever this may be. So let's find out here a little bit more about perhaps maybe the direction that you are to go into. Let's do that. What's the direction that my soul fam is to go into? Oh, wow. Okay. I am a clumsy mess right now. We have the star that came out. So this absolutely isn't about following your dreams, okay? Perhaps maybe now you've been getting an opportunity that almost like fell out of nowhere, if you will, and really is now allowing you to push forward in such a way that you have more confidence in doing so. You know, like there's sometimes that we can try a particular thing and we feel more nervous or it's not just right, but this time around it's like you're moving forward with a lot of confidence, okay? That also is matched here with the moon and the Knight of Swords that came out with the star here, right? I just heard overnight sensation. The outside world, and again, the whole social media thing that I had brought up before, right? I mean, it definitely come into play when we're discussing things like illusions and such, right? It's like the online community are going to feel as though you went through this change over freaking night. And perhaps in some ways you did, although they hadn't seen all of the phases that you had to go through, the befriending of your own beasts, if you will. And now you kind of come out more glowing, more light. You're lighter. You're just lighter. If you think of swords as an element, this is air. It's freeing. And again, we have another horse, huh? Like, are you kidding me? So perhaps maybe you're the horse in Chinese astrology. That could be for some of y'all. I know I am. So hey, what's up, twins? Whatever it is that horses really mean to you. Horses is in general very quick abundance. I would think of the horse as like the Eight of Wands. If I could honestly put it with like a particular card, it would be that. It would be that. And I noticed too that I didn't keep the moon card in visibility. And so I take everything as a metaphor as an intuitive reader. And so it's like no one really knows about the hardships. And even if you decide to express some of these hardships and maybe even write about it, talk about it, right? Like express it in any form or fashion, that's still only like the iceberg, like the littlest bit of the transitions, the phases that you went through, the cycles that you went through, the absolute karmic release, I would say, which has also been a reoccurring theme in our check-ins lately. It's overcoming that particular lesson and life experience that happens over and over and over again, and we're just sick and tired of it. And the only way to step out and thus breaking the karmic cycle and loop is to, in fact, act differently, react differently, break the cycle by reacting differently, becoming different. You are the change that you wish to see in the world, always, always. And the Seven of Pentacles comes in here too, to let us know that we have now planted so many seeds, okay? And these seeds are going to amount to a really beautiful society. Okay, notice how I'm saying we right now too, and not just you, so fam, because when it comes down to it, the more that we progress throughout the years, the more that we're going to recognize the power of interconnection and this really beautiful understanding, soul fam, that your gifts, your perspectives, your wisdoms, your experiences are complementary to existence, to your friend groups, to your family, to community as a whole. We're moving away from a life, soul fam, where every single thing needs to be done by one particular person. It's exhausting. It's bringing in a little bit more of that old school community tribe vibe, but on a very, very large collective scale. And it's going to happen slowly but surely. And the way that it's going to progress even further and perhaps even speed up to this way of living is while we individually take the steps forward to become and to embrace our own essence and authenticity and just simply do what we're here to do, and just know that in other ways we will be supported. It's less Delulu in the age of Aquarius, I'm telling you. And we in it now, so it's time to notice your own fire and how absolutely magnificent you are. The Page of Cups comes on in here. Chill, Aquaman. I watched Aquaman the other day for the first time. It's a cute movie. Well, you know what I mean. Page of Cups. Yeah, I keep getting that scene. I mean, it was a shark and not an orca, but when Aquaman or Arthur was at the aquarium and did the whole like woo 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 with like the echo fucking soundwave stuff, sorry, and was able to speak and control the shark and all of the other fish in the aquarium, it's like you're discovering this innate beautiful power in yourself for the very first time. And hell yeah, I am loving to feel this from y'all. Again, please like comment down below, let me know if you resonate. If there is like an orca emoji or something, or maybe some bubbles, or like, I don't know, something water oriented. Give me your favorite water emoji, whether it be an animal or otherwise. Drop it down below. Let me know you're here and you're feeling this vibration, you're understanding. Because I think that the types of sound waves and what it is that you're going to put out as you take your time with it, you offer yourself grace, and things really speed up in your favor simultaneously. Like, you will notice, Soul Fam, the power of manifestation and the law of attraction the more that you really truly pursue your destiny with utmost faith and bravery. Because again, the shitty stuff will happen, right? We're going to be constantly phasing out things that no longer align with us. That's just how life goes. That doesn't mean that we're supposed to stop because we know it's going to happen again. No, we keep on going. We keep the cycles going, because when things and people and places leave, guess what? New ones come on in. It's the rumination, it's the getting stuck in things that we choose to just relive over and over and over again that becomes the illusion. And life becomes a lot more clear. And you see things differently. And through these differences, you plant different types of seeds through conversation, through sharing, through just simply existing, possibly through sleeping. When we choose to let go of whatever addictions or negative traits, people, places, blah, 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 examples again, we need a period of rest, okay? We need to physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally transition to the shift of routine, to the shift of illusion, shift of reality. Y'all are changing timelines again. So, trudge forth. I heard my snaps. So, I guess that's that. Interesting. I really wanted to keep on going, but apparently Spirit said, you did your job, Kat. Good for you. So on to other types of videos I go. Soul Fam, let me know again with the water emoji, animal, or whatever down below. If you're here, if you resonate, if you hear the call and are ready to begin to embrace yourself. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see you just trudge forward in your greatness, however it is that resonates with you. I think that's wonderful. So thank you so much for being here, Soul Fam. I'll catch you in another video. Peace.